Now we are. I got a long ass video. Okay, I'm not gonna do that to you. My dilemma is I need to be able to take this long ass tube of aluminum and put holes in it like this and then part it off. And you're going to hear my first idea, and I went ahead and went through with that, the machining of that, because I wanted to do some machining. Somebody else gave me a great suggestion for accomplishing the same thing. There's no beating on it with hammers to mark anything, and so the following video might seem a little choppy, but you know, I want to just basically want to show you a little bit of setting up the milling device, a little bit of the milling, and a little bit of the final result. So I normally don't do this to my videos because I really don't know how. So if things seem a little disjointed and whatever, just know that I'm trying to improve your experience. That's really not what I want to say. Make your experience more. Did you see this? Got one of these. It's all red. Okay. Up to the cutting room, and we'll see what this video turns out like. And let me just say thanks for all the new subscribers. I appreciate you guys, and yeah, that's great. I've had a personal goal to get past, I think it was 380 or 480 and whatever, something 80, but I'm like 6 or 7, greater than what I was hoping to achieve. It's not 480 because that's too close to 500. I'd be going crazy. All right. Okay, we're going to go ahead and take all this off. Got one more. And we're going to put our pallet, or whatever it's called. It's a steel plate with a bunch of holes in it. Oh dear, I need to get rid of this. So that means cranking the slide off. I'm pretty sure I have to get rid of that. Do I allow for that? I may have allowed for that. No, I did not. So simple enough. I got a great suggestion for doing my holes, and I'm certainly going to use it, but I want to go ahead and try to do this also. Just because I got it set up and just kind of testing myself, I guess. It's good practice. got that tight. So other than having to set my height, we'll see what else comes up. I may have shot myself in the foot. If I can bring this back far enough to get started. Okay. I think I should be able to get an end mill in there. Problem I'm seeing though is I can lower it. We're gonna be good. So I think this is the nut. Okay, it's a metric. It is a number 4 wrench I need. And we're going to take the workpiece off, essentially lower it by dropping this down. So this is something I usually do on the surface plate, which I will do on the surface plate to make sure that I'm square with the world. And somebody cranked those down quite well. Actually, I might be able to do it by feel here. If I take it to the absolute bottom. See where that is going to sit in the world of end mills. Basically, I guess I want my center line to be right there. So let me get my height gauge. See if you can see that. And see if I can bring my height gauge to my scribed line. So I need to come up. This is just going to be kind of a hit and miss. Okay, let's bring that back. Bring the workpiece back. Bring the height gauge back. And I am still a millimeter high. Bet you that'll do it. I wouldn't have to do all this if I had a milling machine. Well, you know what? What the hell am I thinking? I can raise and lower this thing all I want. That's what this little crank is for. Duh. Get you guys over here. I can come straight onto it. And that's perfect. So that's my center line. Okay. We're gonna remove the chuck now. And I'm gonna do that off camera. So I'll bring you back once I get this chuck off. Okay, here's a little trick I developed. I got a little magnet right here, so I'll unscrew these screws with my hand down here, and if I miss it or the magnet grabs it first, I'm not searching for any nuts. See, there's plenty of chips inside my chuck. I always put the nuts back on the same direction they came off. I always put them on the same. There's numbers on the outside of these nuts. I always have those facing out. Not sure if that means anything at all or makes any difference at all, but that's what I do. I probably learned it from you. Quick little spray down, and I want to get inside here. Spray that down a little bit. I'm gonna run up. There's the microphone. I'm gonna run a it's a bamboo coffee filter. Go figure, huh? So we'll do the same treatment to this baby. And do I have enough room to do this? No. Let me get a quick. I think I'm going to put the original cranks back on here because I can, with the original crank, I can use the power feed. Okay, so let me show you what I'm going to do here. You see, I'm going to take off the gear cover and get my my drawbar. It's 12mm thread. It's a MT3 ER32 and M12 thread. So now I need 2 pairs of channel locks. Which I don't know where my other pair is at. I borrowed them to do another job, and I'm not going to be able to do this unless I find them. Okay, we're going to bring you right back here. Okay, we found a pair of vice grips. I'm going to do the job. That drawbar is one thing that an example of my first attempt. Well, the first attempt was really overshadowed by my second attempt. So I'm going to grab a handful of end mills and let you guys pick one out. Okay, well, I finished this little milling operation, and I was really pleased with the outcome. And it's not a system I'm going to use, but the milling went very smooth. The setup worked very well, and none of it recorded. So probably operator error, probably never pushed record, whatever. I got a little bit of the setup. So I came back out, set everything back up like it was before, tried to do it a little differently and cheat, but I didn't want to have to super glue the part to the part again. But well, I'm going to try to do it just like I did it the first time. So I got the bar on there super glued. It's only been sitting for about 5 minutes. So I might wait a few more minutes before I start. But yeah, I had a milling on the Harbor Freight mini lathe video, and there's no milling footage at all. So we're just going to do some milling. Gonna kind of replicate what I did on the. I don't think the video even shows the finished part. No, it doesn't. I was very happy with it. We'll do some milling here. We call it fake milling because it's, you know, the part's already made. So I do want to demonstrate some milling on the Harbor Freight mini lathe, however. So I'm gonna push pause here and let this thing set up for maybe another 5 or 10 minutes. Give that super glue a chance to adhere. It may be fine now, but I'm gonna just give it a chance to dry a little more. Okay, so I'll bring you back when it's sat for a minute. Okay, we are recording. So what I did the first time is here's the back of the piece. I had these 2 through holes threaded 10/32, and the idea was to mill a 45-degree V in here, and have these holes come up in the center. These are not set screws, they're transfer punches. They come in the they're from Urbana, Ohio, which is where I'm currently living, and they come in these little handy holder combination tools that screw them in. So we're just going to have to imagine that that's what we're doing here. What I actually did is I did my initial cut, and I was way off from the center, so I kept taking passes in a little deeper until I put those transfer punches right in the center of that V groove. And we'll show that after this little bit of mini lathe milling operation. Okay, we were milling at 1200 RPMs with a 2 flute 3/8 end mill. So we got to turn the power on. We'll go with that. And as the first time, I didn't take a very heavy cut. I don't think I'm going to be doing this time. And I also mentioned how much better this was. Because the last couple times I did a milling operation on here, I was milling steel, and it makes quite the difference. One thing I did not do this time, and I need to change, is I did not lock my carriage yet, so there's that. So I did basically, I guess, what you might call a spring pass back. And whether this is conventional milling or Klein milling, I believe this is conventional milling. I think Klein milling was my first. But the tool was, the cutter is cutting down into the material. So at this point I realized I was way off my mark. I wasn't centered on my 10/32 holes. So I went ahead and moved my carriage forward. And I'll do it quite a bit more than I did the first time. Locking my carriage. Now I'm going to fill this channel with oil. I should be able to pick that up. as I'm milling across. So this is probably almost a millimeter. I'm going to speed up the feed here. Now I believe this is prime milling now. And I see now I probably could have taken a little bigger bite. I guess I'm not sure how much of the setup came out on video. I think I just missed this actual milling. So this is where I stopped at last time. I'm going to keep on going to full depth. Some more oil on there. Slow my feed down a little bit. Super glue seems to be doing its job. I'm going to go back to the conventional milling. Well, I'm going to try to measure my depth this time. Okay, we're clear. Now come over here with me, underneath. We're going to hook up this dial caliber. I'm going to zero it. Now I'm going to advance it. Or unlock the half nut. I'm going to try 100 thousandths. That might be a bit ambitious. 113 thousandths. Put plenty of oil down here on this shelf. I'm thinking that oil is going to get picked up and be adequate. Still at 1200 RPMs. Going significantly slower. And as I was starting and realized how far off I was from putting those holes in the center of the V, I thought, well, I should have milled the V and then drilled the holes. So, a little lesson learned. I'm going to give that a little more oil. And this is all moot anyway because I have a better method suggested by HVAC #1 in the comments. He gave me a great idea, but I wanted to go along and execute this plan. And just to say I did it maybe, or just for the experience. Uploads. Doesn't even have to upload, it just has to, my computer just has to recognize, you know, the data or whatever. Because every once in a while I'll do a video and it'll say, you can't read this. Alright guys, thanks for watching.